All right, everybody, welcome back. We are diving deep, deep, deep into something fascinating today.
Yeah, we are tackling a parable.
The parable of the talents. We've got this excerpt here,
Yeah.
and it's all about meaning. But get this, it's about how it applies to you, like specifically you.
hmm
I got to be honest, when I first saw this, I was like, huh, talents. You always picture like, playing piano or, I don't know, juggling.
hmm
But this seems to be saying talents are way more than that.
Yeah, it is fascinating. I mean, the parable uses talents as like this metaphor for any resource we're given, not just money. I mean, it is definitely part of it.
Right.
But think about this, your time, your skills, even like chances that come your way,
Oh, yeah, okay.
even your network of people, all of that, talents in a much broader sense.
Okay, so I'm kind of seeing the bigger picture now. But if we're calling all these things talents, I mean, like, what are my unique talents? I mean,
Yeah.
beyond the obvious, what could I be missing?
That is the question. The parable really stresses the importance of action.
Actually,
The servants that earned praise were the ones who actively used what they were given, the one who hid his talent. Well, let's just say the boss was not too thrilled.
oh no. So
Yeah.
it's not enough to just like have potential. You really got to go out and do something with it. That's kind of intimidating. But it makes sense. What I want to know is why would that servant hide his talent in the first place?
Mhm.
What's that about?
I mean, I think it's pretty human, right? Maybe he was just afraid of failing,
Oh, yeah.
or maybe even succeeding. Maybe he felt like all the weight of that responsibility. It was just too much. This parable, it really pushes us uh, to move past that fear and step into a place of trust and action.
I relate to that. There have been times, I'll be honest, that I've held myself back because I was so terrified of messing up. And it makes you wonder, what talents are we burying?
Yeah.
Just because we're scared or we're stuck.
Yeah.
But then how do we even know if we're using them wisely? I mean, what if I go all in and it's the wrong thing?
That's where this concept of growth really comes in. The parable, it suggests that putting your talents to work, it doesn't drain them, it actually multiplies them.
It multiplies them.
Like a muscle, the more you use it, the stronger it gets.
I love that. Imagine that hesitant servant just taking a little step, investing even a little bit of what he had. Who knows what could happen? But that brings us to the real world, right? How do we take, this old story and make it actionable?
That's where we get into that implementing in daily living section.
Okay, break it down for us.
This is where the rubber meets the road.
All right, so step one, identifying your talents. Not just what you're good at, but, what brings you joy. Listener, I want you to hit pause for a second, seriously, and just jot down a few things. Don't be shy.
And don't underestimate initiative. You don't have to wait for things to fall in your lap.
Oh, absolutely.
Look around. What needs to be done? How can you contribute?
Exactly. Be proactive. And this next point, this is huge. Use your resources wisely. We're not just talking money here. Time is a resource. Energy, knowledge, even that weird thing you learned last week, it could all be valuable. It just depends on the context. Be resourceful.
It's like they say, one person's trash is another person's treasure.
Exactly.
You never know.
You never know what might be useful. Okay, now here's a point that really makes you think. Service. Using your talents to help others, make a difference in your community. Could be volunteering, mentoring, or just brightening someone's day with your skills.
Absolutely. Think of Mother Teresa. Compassion was her talent, and she used it to serve the neediest,
Yeah.
and it left a real mark on the world.
Yeah, powerful example. And finally, this excerpt talks about faith, trusting that when we are putting in the effort, using our talents wisely, things will work out.
Trusting the process, trusting your own potential,
Right.
and any guidance you get along the way. You don't need all the answers up front.
Whoa, we went way beyond Sunday school here, huh? This is about realizing your potential.
It is. And here's a question to think about. If you were the master in this parable, knowing what you know now about yourself, what talents would you entrust to yourself? Where would you invest?
That's a great question to think about. This week, listener, I want you to take one small step. Use your talents. Put them to work. You just never know what amazing things you could achieve. Until next time, keep diving deep.